Hello, Dream Team! Still going strong on our August challenge, but today I did not want to go to the gym. So instead, it was home workout day. Now, don't get me wrong, usually I love the gym, but occasionally, I just don't want to see anybody. It's got nothing to do with anybody else, it's really just a me thing. Maybe I'm up in my feels, or maybe I'm just not feeling it, you know? So today I'm hiding in my house, and I'm doing an at-home workout. We're gonna do back and biceps. Before we get working, I'm doing pre-workout today. So I'm using this Mojo Mojito one from Grill Mind. This is the stimulant-free one, i.e. it does not have caffeine in it because I've already had coffee. I just love the taste of coffee, otherwise I would just use the regular stimulant one. So for me, it's more a fact of I want the pre-workout, but I also want the coffee. So I'm gonna do 1 scoop. You can do anywhere from 1 to 2. 2 scoops has 5g of creatine in it, which is pretty dope in my opinion. I'm gonna do 1 and then I'll just do half a scoop of my creatine later. The thing I like about pre-workout, particularly this one, is 1, it's delicious, but 2, gets you like really honed in, zoned in, focused, especially on days where you're really not feeling it, but also gives you a bit of a pump. Now the business begins. We're obviously gonna start off with a warm-up. I know y'all didn't think that we were skipping that. I feel like when I'm at home, I need to warm up even longer because I'm particularly stiff at home. So if you have a band, grab that, and we're just gonna do some ups and downs across the body like this. I tend to do anywhere from like 10, 20, it really depends how stiff I'm feeling. If you don't have a band, same concept. Just go up and round and back. Do some smaller circles. Really warm up your shoulders, your backs, everything. Wrists, do not forget to warm up thy wrists. A wrist injury is the most annoying thing ever. Remember the #1 rule. The weights should be afraid of us. Light work, baby. All you need is a chair or something that you can lean on, and then a dumbbell. Am I the only one who feels like everything feels heavier when you do it at home? All right, core stays tight. Really try to draw with your lats as opposed to with your arms. That's something that I fall prey to all the time. Let's do that 4 rounds with 1 minute break in between. Normally I like to take 2 to 3 minutes on my weights days, but when I'm at home, I just don't have that patience. And I normally feel like I can't load up too much because if I'm failing, likely I'm going to put the weight down too heavily. And I don't think my wooden floor can handle that. So I prefer to shorten the times up. As always, I always take break between each arms. I never go from one to the other, particularly for people who struggle with like muscle imbalances. If your left side or your right side is stronger than the other side, take break because otherwise what's happening is if you start immediately fresh on, let's say, the right side, by the time you immediately go over to the left side, you're just fatigued. You're not bracing as well, you're not pulling as well, everything is more tired, so you're not performing those movements as fresh as you did on the right side. So naturally, this side may be weaker or struggle to catch up with this side. So take some break, be fresh. I also like to start on my weak side normally, but I forgot to do that today. Nice. On to my favorite exercise, whilst I let my poor burning lats calm down. Biceps. I've adjusted my dumbbells, and we're just gonna do standard bicep curls. I'm gonna really focus on bracing the core and trying not to fold in. Try not to move your elbows, but near the ends of the reps, it's okay if it happens, just push. Make sure to drive with your biceps. Really like literally think bicep, bicep. More sound effects, more strength. Light work, light work. Woo! Push, 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 and down. The biceps, burning. I'm gonna go for 4 rounds of that. 4 rounds. All right, let's go. Last round of biceps, no excuses. We're going to at least 10 reps, which is what we've been doing the whole time, and then some. We're gonna go to complete failure, if not partial reps, until we're just burned the fuck out. I did promise my mama to stop swearing. Burn the fudge out. Let's go. Okay, light work. Light work, baby, light work. Eight, 9, 10, 12, half reps, and geez, I was hoping for like at least 3 half reps, but the biceps were saying no. What can we do? Sometimes the biceps say no. They're burning. All right, little break and then back to back. Okay, on to the next back exercise. We're gonna do dumbbell reverse flies. Bend over 2 dumbbells and we're gonna pull back. We're gonna pull back. You're trying to use your upper back to drive that weight. Brace your core. Lean down. Whoa. It always shocks me how heavy these are with such little weight. The biggest issue with training at home is I can't slam those weights on the ground. It wasn't intentional. Oh. Yeah, that ping threw me off. Last round, let's go. It never gets easier. But what I will say is your mentality gets stronger, your recovery time gets stronger and faster, and you just get that drive. I would say go to failure after our final reps, but I feel like I might go to failure before. Who knows though? Let's try. All right, my homies, second round of biceps. We're gonna do hammer curls now. Nice and simple. Instead of curling this way with your wrists outwards, we're gonna put the wrists inwards towards our body and we're just gonna drive the weight up. Same idea. We wanna push with our biceps. Make sure to keep your core as tight as possible. Some of you may be like, why does my core matter when I'm driving with my arms? Brace your core and then you really allow your arms to do the movement. Oh God. I swear I drove that last rep with my legs. Don't ask how, it just did. I'm gonna be very real with you guys. Biceps is probably one of my genetic weaknesses. Like I struggle to build that peak. Someone did say to me, I've got long arms and it's harder to build a peak when you have long arms. I'm gonna choose to believe that. No, look, it's fine. Everyone has genetic strengths and genetic weaknesses. Some areas of my body build very quickly, other areas take the sweet down time. That's fine. What I will say is, as humans, we have this thing where for some reason, when we see someone else, we see the thing they have that we don't have. But it doesn't for a second occur to us to be like, oh, yeah, they have that, but actually I have these, I'm happy. So the next time you look at someone, you're like, oh, I wish I had their this, or I wish I had their this. Bear in mind, that person's probably looking at you and being like, oh, damn, that person's got really great quads or really great delts, you know? I know comparison is a thief of joy. And it's very easy to say don't compare yourself to others. But what I would say is if you are looking at someone else and you're really like, wow, I like that person's shoulders, or I like the person's abs, or I like the person's quads. If you do that, just remember to say to yourself, I do, but I also like my X, Y, or Z. And do not give me anything like, oh, but Grizz, I don't have any genetic strength. Not true. I know you do. Don't lie to yourself. Don't be silly. You have your strengths. Everyone has their strengths. And always reiterate to yourselves, okay, well, they have that. What do I have that I love? Right, last round, let's go. 9, one more. Up. Ah, the burn. I don't even know what accent that was. Okay, we're outside. So normally I would always start with pull-ups first because they're such a taxing movement on your entire upper body, especially your back. But today it was raining initially. So I got the other stuff done first and now we're gonna go to pull-ups. But I'm already pretty fatigued, so I'm gonna go straight into banded work. Normally I would do non-banded, 2 rounds or 3 rounds to failure and then do banded last. But today we're gonna go straight into banded and try and get as many as possible for 2 rounds. Easy. Gonna throw on this band. Put it around the top here, put it around there. Normally I like to chalk up, but we're not gonna do that today because I can't be bothered. Core. It's your reminder that you can be training for a long time and that band can still slap you up. This is my chonk. He loves when I train outside. Right, that is the end of the session. So do you know what that means? I'm gonna let you answer that right now before I show you what it means. It's protein time, baby. If you got that wrong, we need to have a chat. After every session, I think one of the best tricks for trying to get your protein in during the day is to pack a shake with you and just add water before you leave the gym. I tend to drink it on my way home. Look, I wish I could tell you that we can get massive without having to have our protein intake and like just having it some days and having it not, but we just can't, okay? Protein shakes are absolutely not necessary, but for me personally, it's just so much easier. I can do 2 scoops, 50 grams of protein. Each scoop is 25 G, which is very high relative to ones in the industry. They taste great. My favorite is cookies and cream, then strawberry and banana. I love the vanilla one because it's easy to mix. I've run out of all of those, so I'm kind of doing chocolate, as you saw. But your girl's not complaining. I love these ones. They don't irritate my stomach. They taste great. And they really, really do help with recovery and muscle growth. But like I said, if you manage to get your protein intake in all via whole foods, that's also amazing. But if you're like me, you need a little bit of help, get yourself a protein shake. If you want to see the one I use, I'll put it in the comments. Code Grizzle will get you 10% off and support me directly, which I really appreciate. But yeah, go get those gains. And remember to sleep tonight, okay? We only grow when we sleep. All right, I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.